The magic of fingerspelling. It really is magic, I'm telling you. The most common mistake that is made in spelling is leaving out letters, commonly vowel sounds, because consonant sounds are easier to feel in your mouth. And so when kids are sounding out a word, they're just writing the sounds that they're saying, and often skipping over some, or by the time they get 3 letters in, they forget what they were writing. Keeping track with your fingers is key. Okay, pretty simple for your CVC words. Basically, the first step is to look at how many syllables that word is. That's a really important phonemic awareness skill, is to hear how many syllables are in a word. So if I start with the word hot, I would do something like this. Hot, to pound the syllable. Then I'm going to keep track of the sounds in the word by using my fingers in different ways. The way I prefer right now is touch and say, like this. Ah, t. The little ends of your fingertips have all kinds of nerve endings, sends that signal to your brain. Oh, that word had 3 sounds. So when I write it, I should have 3 sounds represented in my spelling. Ah, t. Now for some students, that's good enough, and then they can write the word. Some kids may need to finger spell it once, ah, t. And then before they go to write, do one sound at a time as they write that letter. Ah, write it, t, and write it. Okay, that's a scaffolding that is a really good tool. They're not going to do that forever, but it gets their brain wired to know that each sound needs a symbol to represent it. Another great thing to do is practice finger spelling with nonsense words. Nonsense words aren't words your kid is going to memorize how to spell. They're not real, but it forces them to slow down because they're not words that they have heard before. So they have to really hear each sound to spell it correctly. For example, mip. You would pound it, mip, 1 syllable, tap it, p. There are other ways to tap out sounds. You can do it on a table. Pretend this is my tabletop. I would go, p. Okay? Or going this way. You always want to go the direction that the letters go. So, p is one strategy. Or even keeping track on your hand. Sometimes my older students prefer this. Just going, p, to keep track of the sounds in the word. If I had the word yet, y, t. Okay, y is a hard sound. So making them isolate that sound by itself helps them know what letter to write. This strategy also works for 2-syllable words, like napkin. I would pound my syllables, napkin. Then I would finger spell 1 syllable at a time. Nap, n, a, p. Write that portion. Napkin. Second syllable's kin. Finger spell k, I, n. This clearly makes it take longer to write a word, but it's a super important step for any beginning reader or speller, or any student at any age who is struggling to hear individual sounds in words. In America, and we tend to be in a hurry a lot, so as adults, when we're modeling speaking for kids, we're talking fast and sounds get dropped. End of words get dropped off. That's just the way that it is. We have a lot of contractions in English and just ways to shorten words. We need to get kids to slow down to be able to hear each individual sound. Auditory discrimination is that ability to hear each sound in a word. And it's often lacking, and you can easily build that strength up by doing something like fingerspelling. So I highly recommend it. Give it a try.